The Runaway Ring, written by Gary Miller, illustrated by Pablo Torcilla. The Runaway Ring. Sophie had lost her ring. It wasn't just any ring. It was her birthday ring. It made her feel like a queen whenever she wore it. Sophie tried to remember when she last saw her ring. I know I was wearing it last night, Sophie thought out loud. It has to be somewhere in this house. Sophie looked everywhere, in her bedroom, between the couch cushions, under the kitchen table, but no ring was found. Suddenly, Sophie had an idea. I'll bet my ring fell off when I was helping Dad with the recycling. I'll go check the bin. But when Sophie went to look in the bin, it was gone. Dad's car was gone too. Oh no, Sophie shouted. Dad must have gone to the recycling center. My ring will get recycled. I have to catch him before it's too late. Sophie quickly explained the problem to her mom. Then she hopped on her bike and pedaled down the street as fast as she could. Just as she saw the entrance to the recycling center, Sophie saw her dad's car pulling out of the parking lot. I'm too late, said Sophie. Now what? Sophie was getting ready to turn her bike around and go home when she saw Mr. Ruggles, the owner of the recycling center. Mr. Ruggles, she called, can you help me? Sophie explained all about her missing birthday ring, and Mr. Ruggles smiled. Come with me, Sophie, he said. I'm not sure you'll find it, but you can look. Mr. Ruggles walked into the center with Sophie. Which type of recycling did you help your dad with? Glass, newspaper, cans, or plastic? He asked. I helped with the newspaper, the cans, and the plastic, Sophie said. But look at these piles. I'll never find my ring. Well, everything is sorted when it's brought to the center, said Mr. Ruggles, so you can look at one material at a time. Why don't you start with the newspapers? Sophie sorted through the newspapers first. Then she moved on to the pile of cans. It's hopeless, said Sophie. Don't give up yet, Sophie, said Mr. Ruggles. You haven't looked through the plastics. Maybe you'll find your runaway ring there. So Sophie continued on to the plastics, but no ring turned up. Sophie thanked Mr. Ruggles for letting her look. Then she got on her bike and sadly rode home. When Sophie got home, she sat on the steps and thought about her beautiful birthday ring. Her hand didn't look right without it. Dad pulled the car into the driveway and got out. Sophie, he said, what's wrong? Why do you look so sad? Sophie explained the whole story to her dad. When she finished, he asked, is this the runaway ring you're talking about? Sophie looked up and... My ring! Sophie exclaimed. Where did you find it? It was on the ground next to our recycling bin, said Dad. Sophie hugged her father and put the ring on her finger. She couldn't stop smiling. She felt just like a queen again. The end.